Woof.
Okay, so here is the DevBlog from earlier this week, from April 3rd, regarding changes to test ships in closed test 12.2. So, based on their testing results, Wargaming says we're applying changes to European destroyers, to the Tashkent 41, and to the Nottingham. So, it looks like the Tier 9 and Tier 10, the Lambros, Katsanis, and Gdansk, are having their torpedo range increase from 7.5 to 9. Very interesting. And the Tier 8 Split is having the torpedo range increase from 6 to 8. Okay, so still short-range torpedoes for the tier, but they're giving some improved range. So basically, a buff to those. Next, we have the Tashkent 41. Strange little ship, but it has seemed relatively, I don't want to say the word strong, but it has seemed not weak whenever I've seen it previously. But torpedo tube reload time increased from 80 to 100 seconds. That's a pretty big nerf. And torpedo reload booster consumable cooldown increased from 240 to 300 seconds. That's from 4 minutes to 5 minutes. So that means if you didn't use this thing until 5 minutes into the game, then you could theoretically, by the end of the game, use 3 more. I don't know how many of these you get. I suspect it may only be 2, and you can probably get it to 3 with various items that you can get. So we'll see. Is there a captain skill that does that? Or no, it seems like it's one of the ship upgrades, and I'm not sure if you get that upgrade at tier 7. I don't think so. But regardless, there is a captain skill that will give you that increased consumable, or is there? Yes, I believe there is. So yeah, you'd have to take the appropriate skill. So they're saying with the release of update 12.3, the ship will be renamed Tashkent 39. So does that mean the Tashkent 41 was too advanced for the game? Or does that mean they're still going to do a 41 and make it a higher tier, a tier 8? I don't know. I smell more money. Historically, the armament configuration of this ship is represented within the game was replaced with a different one in 1941. The previous name opened the door to confusion, as one could think the ship would come equipped with the guns it received as a result of the 1941 refit. 1939 is the year the historical Tashkent received the main battery guns that the ship has in the game. So we are now reflecting this in its updated name. So what they're saying is, rather than make the name of the ship, or rather make the ship historical to the year it was named after, they're just going to rename it so it will match some historics. But hey, you know, how often does Wargaming pay attention to historical accuracy? So good to see. Tier 8 Nottingham, British cruiser. Maximum HE shell damage reduced from 3,300 to 2,850, and chance to set fire reduced from 17 to 15%. So that tells me the HE, they feel the HE spamming was too strong. I know the very few of those I've run into were very freaking annoying. That's the main thing that I can say. So we'll leave it at that. And so big nerf there. So lastly, the Tier 10 American sub, I say that with disdain, the Gato, even though I like the Gato as a ship, very cool thing, and I've gone over before why, but we won't get into that now, but still very cool. But the torpedo tube reload time reduced from 67 to 47 seconds. Are you kidding me? That is a 20-second reduction. Dude, that's like, what, 30%? Something in that range? Yeah, that's about 30% reduction. Holy crap. Yeah, that's what we need is, you know, I don't know. Why don't we just give the subs a funny button so that they can, reload torps every 10 seconds or 5 seconds? I just don't get it at this point. But in any case, there you have it. So to summarize this one, huge buff to the Gato's torpedo tube reload time. The Nottingham gets a pretty sizable nerf to its HE alpha damage and fire dot starting ability. Tashkent 41 gets a pretty sizable nerf to its torp DPM, torp reload time, and to the torp reload booster cooldown, which went from 4 to 5 minutes. Wow. And then an overall thing with the European destroyers, they basically increased the range or buffed the range of their torpedoes some. They still have short range, but they buffed them. So don't think that one will have a super gigantic impact. The Tashkent and the Nottingham will definitely have negative impacts on those ships. And, well, I don't know what to say about the Gato without being too salty about it. So we'll just leave that one as it is. And that's it for the DevBlog from April 3rd. Now, there was also another DevBlog that came out yesterday on my day off from Twitch. So let's switch over to that one and see what we have. Okay, here is the other DevBlog from yesterday, April 5th. And this is regarding upcoming changes to the World of Warships public API. And this, folks, is going to be a super positive DevBlog for the Tater. We just mentioned this recently, and let me show you. At the end of my streams, I always go over my game stats and talk about continuous improvement, and we both rate how we played and gave myself a grade based on the stats. Well, the stats come from, in the case here, I'm using WoW's stats and number websites, but there's also Pro Ships RU. But all of these sites that pull the stats have to get them from the World of Warships API, which has been dead for quite some time. So let me do this. Let me go over to, let's see if I can find it. Here we go. This, as I show at the end of every stream, this is the WoW stats and numbers screen. But if you click on this and go to the front of this page, here's what I'm talking about. See, right at the top, it says Wargaming API is dead and WoW's numbers is dying too. More info here. So click on more info here. And they talk about, people ask why there's certain numbers that WoW's numbers lacks. Like, for example, if you play some of the newer ships, some of the newer black ships from Black Friday, if you play some of the other newer ships, whether it be a new line that was released, whether it be a new premium, what's a good one? I'm trying to remember names of some of the ships, but if you've played any new ships and then say you looked at your gaming session, you played, say, 10 games, and you look and say, well, WoW's numbers is only showing me 7 games. Why isn't it? Where's the other 3? It's because those ships it can't pull the data for because the API is broken and doesn't work for them, hasn't been updated. And that's what they're saying here, that it's difficult for them to maintain their site. They're saying maybe if everyone sent a support ticket, which I haven't done, but if a lot of people kept asking, and it's very important for the community, maybe it'll get fixed. Well, I think we're going to maybe see that it's going to. And they're talking about some of the issues where things are broken, like the WoW's seasons info not working, the new rank seasons and sprints, no submarine information. WoW's seasons ship stats does not return player stats for new ranked seasons. No stats for clan battles. No data for new black warships from Black Friday. So you get the idea. And there's other ships other than just the Black Friday ships. So that's the deal. So let's go back to the DevBlog and see what World of Warships has to say. And I'm really hoping this is positive. So they're saying currently we are working on updating World of Warships public API. API is a game external resource that allows easy access to various in-game statistics and information. More details can be found here. Now, I'm curious to click on this and see. So this tells you a little bit about the API. I'm not going to go through this, but you get the idea that you can go look and get more info there. In the coming months, we are planning a number of improvements to our API for all World of Warships servers. Number 1, add information about submarines, new ships, consumables, modules, etc., and update information about old ships. Excellent. Update and fix issues with the ranked battles section of the WoW's API. Update player battle stats for new ships and mechanics, clan battles and brawls. Awesome. Then the above mentioned improvements are planned to be implemented mid-summer of this year. More precise dates will be announced later. This is fantastic for those that utilize their stats for self-improvement or just understanding how things are going, how they're playing. This is fantastic, and even more so for people that are running these sites, like where you have where is it? Here, where you look up your stats on WoW Stats and Numbers. I mean, this is fantastic. You got this. You also have look at this. You also have, here you go, another website, proships.ru. This is a Russian website, but this site does the same thing that WoW's Numbers does. It's laid out a little bit different, and sometimes I like to use it instead. It's a very cool site. So you get the picture, though. This is fantastic news, and can't say enough good about it. As long as they update this so that these websites can make use of the API to be able to pull stats that players can utilize to help them with the game. I can't say enough, can't give this enough thumbs up or good build. So congratulations. Thank you to World of Warships for taking a look at this. Maybe they heard some of the player base complaining about this. So fantastic. Excellent. All I'm going to do is gush over it if I talk much longer. So we'll stop there. Nice. So having gone through all this, I do believe it's time to go over to World of Warships. Get ready to get started playing. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see notifications of future videos, just ring the bell. Until next time, Tater Dawg says, woof.